What is up, guys? Destined Duelist here, back with another deck profile for you guys today. And today is my Fire King deck profile. It's crazy. I thought this deck would be seeing more play. I understand that maybe it's fallen off a little bit, but this deck is still super fun because you pretty much just take out your entire opponent's board constantly with this deck. So first off, we're going to go through the two main cards of the decks. But before I get into that, as always, explain my card choices, why I play each and every single card, and whatnot. Because again, like I always say, decks are always personal preference. This is how I like to run things. But anyways, let's get into it, guys. First, of course, two big boss monsters, 3 copies of Fire King High Avatar Garunix, and 3 copies of Sacred Phoenix of Nephis. So, Garunix, during the next standby phase, after this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon this card from the graveyard. When you do destroy all other monsters on the field, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon any Fire King monster except for Garunix. And when we before we get to the low level Fire King monsters, I would like to say that I used to have been playing the regular Avatar Garunix, just Fire King Avatar Garunix. It wasn't really necessary. There was other ways to bring out Garunix, obviously, there's a lot more, so I felt that it wasn't the most necessary card, especially since we have Fire King Avatar Arvada. But yeah, you guys can already see a weakness of this deck is that they have to be sent to the graveyard, so if one is running freaking, Macrocosmos or something like that, you're in trouble. But overall, yeah, so Darkhold, and let's get into the Heavy Storm. This is pretty much just exactly like Garunix, except the difference is Garunix is just next standby phase in general, and this is your next. But I think it's more effective for a Heavy Storm like card to be your next standby phase, because obviously with back row and monsters it's different. Back row isn't as easy to get back, so it's fine like that. So those are really the only two key differences. But yeah, this pretty much is the same thing as Garunix. When it's destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon it from the graveyard, and then destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. That's why you play this deck. You want to completely just take out your entire opponent's board. Because the thing is, just relying on Garunix to destroy monsters, in my opinion, is not enough. You're gonna need to take care of back row. And Nephis has so much synergy with the deck, because it pretty much is just another Garunix. Different stats, but same level. Which obviously opens up rank 8s. But as we will get to this extra deck, I'll explain that you don't really go into it that much. But yeah, that is the two main boss monsters of the deck. Let's get into your other Fire King monsters. We play 3 copies of Fire King Avatar Arvada. Arvada's effect is when a monster effect is activated while this monster is on the field. It's nice that it's a quick effect. You can negate the activation. If you do, destroy over one other fire monster in your hand or field. So you can negate monster effects. This is the first effect, which is really key. So if you have like Arvada with your Garunix and your Nephis on board and whatnot, you can destroy one of those cards, get rid of your opponent's monsters or back row. And since fuse spells have come in a lot more prevalence, I definitely suggest playing Nephis as well. Even more than you already should. But yeah, Arvada can come in nice because what you can do is you have security of your opponent's monsters, their spell and traps with monster effect negation. So your opponent really has to think about what they want to do and how they're going to try to get over you. And Arvada's second effect is that if it's destroyed, so it's like like Yaksha. It's not like Barwong where it has to be destroyed by a card effect. So you can run this into your opponent if you need to. You can target one fire beast, beast warrior, or wing beast monster in your graveyard. Special limit. Your entire deck, you have all three of those: beast warrior. Actually, I don't think we have beast, but beast warrior and wing beast. So it's summons your entire deck. If you need Garurix back, you need Nephis back, you need Barong or Yaksha, and whatnot, you can bring it back. So yeah, Arvada is really important. Just having a monster effect negation is really important because your opponent is gonna try to do everything they can to try to like bounce you instead and not destroy you. So you're gonna need some protection from that, and I like Arvada. 3 copies of Fire King Avatar Barong. It's your main searcher of the deck. If it's destroyed by our card effect. Oh, and before I get into the effect, the first part of it is that some of the Fire King monsters have the effect, like this one, when a Fire King monster is destroyed by a card effect, you can summon them. So it's kind of nice for XC summoning or Link summoning, that you could special summon them and then during your opponent's turn, next turn, normal summon something else. That's an interesting strategy. But yeah, pretty much when he's destroyed by a card effect, during the next standby phase, after it was destroyed by the card effect, add any Fire King card. So you can even add your island, which is the most important spell on the deck. And then 3 Fire King Avatar Yaksha to wrap up the Fire King monster lineup. Yaksha is your main combo piece because when it is destroyed, just like Arvada, it can be destroyed by battle and get its effect. So if you need to run into something and get Garurix faster, you can do it. Destroy another card in your hand or you control. So this combos really well off of Island. So use Island's first effect, destroy Yaksha, add Garunix or whatever you need, and then if you already had Garunix, destroy Garunix. Or if you have Nephis, destroy Nephis if there. You have options. Or Barong if you need another search. Arvada if you need a summon as well. So yeah, there's just so many options in the deck. So that's why you really want to maximize and play Yaksha at free. I know it's searchable with Barong, but I definitely suggest playing this at free. It makes your life easier. It's a card that you're definitely going to use consistently. So yeah, 3 copies of Fire King Avatar Yaksha. And then we got Disappointing Engine in the deck. Starting off with 3 copies of Goka, the Pirate Malice. This one is it's simple in a Viking deck. It's so easy. Summon a Viking monster, special summon this. You only have to control a fire. At least one. Just one. Uh, Pop a fire monster, so pop that fire monster that you use to summon Goka, whether it's a Garunix, Nephis, Arvada, whatnot. And its last effect is actually pretty useful. I tend to use it quite a lot. Because Goka's only 2200, and it's only tribute, so you don't want to be using it on your fire king monsters. So that's why the token summoning during your standby phase is effective. You could use the token and Goka for like an easy link play. Pretty much what you do is we play Little Chimera. So Goka's a one card Chimera that you can easily go into. But pretty much you special summon that token, it's fire, pyro, pretty standard for a fireball token, what you would expect it to be. And then pretty much tribute a fire monster. This card gains 500 attack until the end phase. I know it just puts it in the same attack as Garunix, but you're not always gonna have Garunix, and when you really need to run something over, it's nice. So yeah, I like Goka. It's still really good in this deck and still really effective even when you have this card. You could play free. I like having Goka in the deck because, I know this can seem, well, this is really easy to summon too. True. But sometimes you don't want to always just be dumping your resources. And I think this card gets clunky when it's at free because Goka's is a lot more efficient and a lot easier to summon, but this card obviously is great at 2. I love it at 2. I think one, you don't see it enough because it is so insane. So pretty much if this card is in your hand, you can destroy 2 other monsters in your hand. And that's what's up with this card. And it has to have at least one fire monster. But you're going to be using multiples because this is a fire attribute deck. And banish a monster from your opponent's field or graveyard. So this is just spot removal. It's non-targeting banishing. Why wouldn't you take that? It's so good. The other effect does not come into play because it has to be non-fire worm. So you can't just act this card back to your hand. I mean, you could. That's why you would probably only, if it was that case, then you would only want one. But that's not the case. So pretty much what you want to do, I think the ideal combo with this card would be Yaksha with either Garunix or Nephis, and then use Yaksha's effect to destroy the other one. So you, with one card, you dump free, and you go in plus free. So yeah, this card is insane. Absolutely insane. It's a must in the deck in my opinion. I don't like the True King King builds. I think Pure Fire Kings is more efficient and better. And also True King and True Draco are better off on their own as well. I don't really think the two decks really mesh. This card is the only True King monster that really meshes in the deck. And then last but not least, 2 copies of Cold Shoulder Wolfbark for Link and XC Plays. That is it for the monster lineup. I really like how the monster lineup is shaping up. This is definitely how I would play it. And you guys always go something different, but spells. 3 copies of Fire King Island. Obviously, this is the main staple card in the deck. You have to see this as fast as possible. Before I read the other effects, keep a note using Nephis. And when it comes back and destroys spell trap cards, keep in mind when you destroy this, you have to destroy a monster you control. I mean, sure, it could be a double plus with Nephis and Grunix and whatnot, but you gotta be careful if your opponent's running an OTK deck, like Ancient Gears or something. So, always keep in mind for that. But anyways, I have one of these effects per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy one monster in your hand or that you control. Add one Fire King monster from your deck to your hand. You have so many targets. And if you control no monsters, you can summon one Fire Wing Beast type monster from your hands with 3 Garunix or 3 Nephis. So yeah, this card is very stable. Once you get one on board, even if you have Nephis, you'll probably keep it there and just have one. 2 if your opponent if you manage to get rid of it. But you don't generally go through all your Fire King Island. That usually doesn't happen, so you don't have to be weary of that. Double terraforming to search out the Fire King Island. Again, Barrom can actually search it out as well. Bar formation tanky because this is a Fire King deck, so half of your monsters are pretty much Beast Warriors. The only non-Fire King monster is Garunix, so I don't know why it took me forever to do that, but hey. You can also add Wolfbark if you wanted to. So yeah, tanky. And then the boost does come up, I guess. But yeah, mainly used for the searching. We play Free Circle. I like Free Circle over Onslaught. Onslaught is the Cyber Dragon pretty much, and then the monster's destroyed. I would understand that you would like because you gotta see it quickly, but it's really not the only play. I like it out too, it's fine. I picked Free Circle because you have a lot of targets, so you're really never ever gonna have a problem. Because you're usually destroying stuff, putting stuff in your graveyard anyways. So you're really not gonna have a problem with activating this card, blow up a fire, and special summon a fire. So it's a trade pretty much. And then one Foolish Bear, one Monster Born, or just only one ofs in the deck. Foolish Barrel, set up Circle, and Monster Born is 3 monster. Sorry for that. And then we only play 3 traps. I feel like you only need 3. And that is 3 Torrentials because, well, this is a Fire King deck, so you get to blow up the board and get 3 pluses. That's how stupid this deck is, really. That Torrential becomes a plus. Extra deck. This is pretty much, you're rarely ever gonna go into this, so keep that in mind. This is for Reaper, Dweller, Grave. Where are we going in this? Tiger King and Wolf, Diamond Dire Wolf, is pretty much the only one that I go into consistently. Tiger King gets you a tanky, so that's nice, and you can get effects. Estelle, Bounce, Rebellion, you go over something. Well, I guess Rebellion because, sorry, I hate when that happens. I guess Rebellion because this deck does have problems getting over big monsters. So, what the fuck? I don't know why I did that. Sorry, guys. I just hate when it does that because why are you gonna penalize someone? So I'm gonna have to do it like this. So yeah, you're gonna have a problem getting over big monsters at times, especially when they can't be destroyed by card effects. So you're gonna get put in a precarious position. with that. But I side enough of cards to deal with that when I need to. Because it's not a good thing going turn 1 with them, so you should definitely keep that in mind. So dumb that it does that. I get it, like, but come on. I'm trying to read that profile here. But yeah. I'm just gonna say in the video, skip that part, skip this portion, so and get back to this in the video. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause it's really hard to edit it out. I've tried. It's just, but yeah. So Diamond Door, like I said. Now we're getting into like actually one Hardline Draco comes up, game shot, and now and 1-on-1 we're going to this Ivor. Rengates, Heliopolis for game shotting, that spot. And Hope Harbinger. Gates Vex, spell Vex. Toad, Ghost Reaper, Dual Chimera for boost and cycling. And Electromite Reaper. Side deck. Free Winter Cherries. Free Cosmic Cyclone. 2 Winter Cherries. Free Cosmic Cyclone. Free Dimensional Barrier, really great going first. Free Evenly Matched. 2 Mirror Force and 2 All Destruction. As battle traps that I prominently side in to deal with your opponent's annoying monsters. But yeah, guys, that is a deck. Really fond of the deck. It's great. I think it might be coming back. Who knows? But as always, leave deck suggestions in the comment section below of what ones you want me to profile. Give me suggestions for this deck in particular, what you would play and what you think I should play as well. But that is it for this one. I'm Destined Duelist. I'm signing off now, guys. Peace. Have a great day.